Yes, is truly a unique talent. She went from going to the Ivy League School of Dartmouth to becoming a comedian, then hosting Talk Soup. She then landed a groundbreaking role on Friends. She's also an author. Now she's the star of, when she's working on two of the biggest shows on television, CSI and my favorite new show, 24. Have a look. Please welcome Aisha Tyler. Wow, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited about the show. I really am. I got hooked this year. They had the two-hour launch.
Yeah,
and I got just hooked. And I never watched it before.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
no one in my family. I've watched it since the beginning. I'm a huge fan of 24. I'd seen every episode before I went in for the show.
The first 2 years.
Oh, so
and
yeah.
it was as good as it is.
It's been as good, and every season's been better. Last season was incredible, and actually my family had never seen it, so I gave my mom season 3 on DVD, and she watched it in a weekend. Like, she was that into it. Like, she was just like,
yeah, no, it's fun.
Like, and my sister called me after watching one episode, the first 2-hour episode that night, and she goes, "This show is like crack. Oh my God."
Yeah.
She said, "You can't stop watching it."
And not only that, but you need the commercials.
Oh, yeah, you need
I'm like, oh, good. You know, it's wonderful.
So you're like, I know you're a huge fan of the show, but this is your first season, so I actually brought you the first 3 seasons on DVD.
Oh my goodness.
So you can watch them all.
Oh, well. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I'm so excited. I have a feeling that Tony may be calling in sick.
Yeah, you may not see me tomorrow now.
It's so addictive and
it's
so well done, so well acted, so well written.
When you went there this year, when you joined the cast, was it hard to jump right in? I mean, they were all together. I mean, there's always new people, but basically.
Well, this year, interestingly enough, a lot of the cast was new. You know, a lot of the people that you might remember from last season have moved on in different ways in their characters. Some are coming back, but the only people that were there that were from the original cast were Kiefer and Marilyn Raskob, who plays Chloe. And so the new cast were all we were all like a little kind of like, you know, baby deer, you know, a little wobbly, you know, and so we really bonded very quickly. And Kiefer is so nice, and he's very well. He comes right up. Oh, he's so good.
Wow.
And he comes right up and he just goes, "Welcome to the show. We're happy to have you here." And that, you know, I gotta tell you, he's a big movie star, and I grew up watching his movies, and I'm usually not starstruck at all. I'm like very kind of like, you know, hey, I'm an actor too. And everyone's like, okay, Kiefer's gonna come in and kind of can make people nervous, and Don's like, well, whatever. And we had our scene together, and literally he sat down, he's like, hey, and I was like, I started to melt, you know, and cry and everything. He's so cool, you know, but he's really a nice guy.
We're gonna come back and talk some more because I gotta know what's going on with your crazy character. All right, more with Aisha Tyler when we come back. We'll be right back. Stick around. Oh, look. Here's something new. So, well, that was so nice, Barry. Very nice. Well, back with Aisha Tyler. Now, listen, let me just give you a little rundown because, you know, Aisha went to Dartmouth. Then one day you decide to be a comedian. You pay $2, excuse me, $2 for 3 minutes. $3 for 2 minutes to get on stage, and you get a couple of laughs and it hooks you.
Yeah, one laugh was all it took.
That's all it took. And, you know, you're an unlikely looking female comedian, I must say, because, you know, usually...
But I'm 6 feet tall. I was a very geeky, gawky kid, so I had a lot of misery to mind.
All right, so then you go from there, you're a host on one of my favorites, Fifth Wheel. I don't want to go there. But then you do Talk Soup, and then the big thing is you do a part on Friends where you sort of break ground because, yeah, really great. You break ground, and then just before you went on Friends, you write this book called Swerve, which is really, really interesting. It's about pop culture and things. All sorts of observations.
Observations, yeah, about, you know, reality. There's stuff about reality TV, karaoke, American Idol, just stuff that we're all obsessed with. I kind of have these essays in there, and they're supposed to just be fun and funny. There's a story about what it's like to get a bikini wax, which I think everybody should know.
Yeah. And is it sort of like the act? Because I'm trying to figure out...
It's very different from the act. I wanted to tell stories. It's hard to tell stories in an act. You want to get the jokes, and this is more longer stories, you know.
Okay.
And a fun read.
So, I mean, I wish I had, because we get so much to talk about. I love an environmental lawyer, political science. I like it. All right, so what are you doing here in New York
So
now?
one of the reasons I'm here in New York, and I'm really excited about it, is, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up, and most people kind of blow it. Like they don't really know what to do or what to get, and they end up getting something on the way home. And
you see my date Saturday night. Forget about it.
And then your girlfriend or your wife is like, "Oh, a bag of oranges, honey. How romantic." You'll be sleeping in the doghouse. So I'm here. Pitney Bowes is doing this really cool thing in Grand Central right now, in Grand Central Station, where you can go and you can get a handmade Valentine's Day card from this company called CardSmart, and then there are romance writers there who will help you write a really romantic note that isn't something like, "Hey honey, I like the way you make my eggs," you know what I mean? Something a little nicer than that. And they'll mail it for you for free, and then you can also write a letter to a soldier in Iraq and tell them how much you value them, and they're finding soldiers who don't get a lot of mail from home.
And mail's so important.
Yeah, just to say, no matter how you feel about the war, that we love you guys, we support you, we're thinking about you in our prayers. And Pitney Bowes is doing all of this in Grand Central, and if you don't live here in New York, you can go online to pb.com. Look, it's on the screen, /Cupid, and you can also click through to anysoldier.com. And it's really like a cool way, because I think people get caught up in their lives and they don't take the time to say, "I love you, I value you," if it's your girlfriend or your mother or your sister. And that's what we can do. So.
Well, I love you. I love you and I value you, and I can't wait to see you tonight on 24. Tonight, 24 Monday nights on Fox. Aisha Tyler. We'll be right back. Thanks for being here. Be right back.